Hi there, Victor Pross speaking to you, anarchist artist. Okay, today I'm going to talk about, briefly, about human nature. Human nature. Now, there's one theme in which I'm going to talk about that, and that is as a people have various conceptions of human nature, which by and large are just out and out false. And it's proven to be a block, kind of like an intellectual block in accepting ideas of freedom. And when I say freedom, I mean that not in the way that a politician would use the word as a buzz sound, as a sound bite rather. I'm talking about an actual definition of freedom in the libertarian, classic liberal, anarchistic sense. And so what I'm talking about, of course, is a stateless society. Now, of course, there's a lot of people when they hear the ideas of the anarchists and the whole idea of a stateless society, like all types of objections and anxiety swells up in them. Most especially when you articulate your case and you make resounding points, and the logic and evidence is on your side. These people get really fidgety and antsy, and at some point, it's always proven to be the case with me in the last 20 years or so, that one of the objections that will be flung at you is human nature, and it's just a ridiculous argument. So there is this visceral reaction that the anarchist is just not only like a tinfoil hat wearing lunatic, but just completely naive, just glossy-eyed, naive, thinking that human beings will reach a point where we're all sitting around singing campfire songs, kumbaya, holding hands. We'll extend the olive branch for our neighbor. We're sitting around in the Garden of Eden, wearing loincloths, and everything is just beatific, and there's beautiful butterflies just sputtering all over the place. And this is how they view the anarchists, as just a freaking idiot who's just simply not aware of the hard truth, the nitty-gritty, hard-boiled reality of human nature. Let's take a look into this question of why people have such negative views about human nature. It's really regarded as a self-evident evil. Like human nature. Whenever you use the term human nature, I mean, when these people use the term human nature as a counter argument to your arguments for anarchism or a stateless society, a free society, they toss out the human nature in such a way as that you're just supposed to immediately know what they mean by it. And what you're supposed to immediately know, like Pavlov's dog who hears the bell ring, is just snap, poof, no argument, no explanation, no definition, just poof. You're supposed to understand it immediately as a bad thing. Human nature is this little troll under the bridge. It's ugly, it's bespotted, it's beastly, it's violent, it's coarse, it's crass, it's conniving and deceptive, and just out and out evil. Okay, so that's what human nature is said to be. The second thing is that you're immediately supposed to just know right on the spot is that this is not people making free choices, a matter of exercising free will or volition. Some people make bad choices, some people do bad things, some people do good things. It's like choice, right? No, human nature, as they use the term, is innate. It's just in you. It has nothing to do with volition and choice. It's just woven into the fabric of your being as a Homo sapien. It's just when you're born, it's just there. It is, that human nature, that ugly little troll, intrinsic, innate in your being, independent of ideas that you have, or choices, or volition. That if, people who do make choices, sometimes people do bad things, but we hold them accountable to it, though. But in this other world, though, when people use human nature, they contradict themselves, and it's just like we're just supposed to know that human nature, in one stripe, one broad brush stroke, it's a bad thing. Number one, bad, innate, bad, and that it's innate, not a matter of choice. So where do these ideas come from? It's mistaken. I'll just put that out right out at you, that it's a false view, and we have to trace the intellectual history back and do a little bit of investigation, put on our philosophical Sherlock Holmes cap, and ask where does this negativity come from? Because it's false, so you can trace it back to bad ideas and bad philosophy. And what I'm going to put forward to you is not an exhaustive list, but it's something to think about, something to consider. And it's maybe a tentative hypothesis, I don't know, but I'm putting the thoughts out there. So one of the reasons that we can trace back this supposedly axiomatic, doesn't need any kind of justification, argument, or definition. We're just supposed to know that human nature, that's what makes freedom impossible. That's what makes a stateless society impossible, because there's human nature. We can trace that back to Christianity. Christianity's doctrine of original sin. I mean, just like the name suggests, the whole Adam and Eve thing. There was a time in history, we are told, according to Christian cosmology, 6,000 years ago, I think it said, according to Christian dating of things, is that Adam and Eve are sitting around in the Garden of Eden. It's paradise, it's utopia, and they had certain prohibitions. For example, they could eat from all the other trees. They do not eat from that tree, said God. Do not eat from that tree, said God, and that was the tree of knowledge. Long story short, they ate from the tree. They fell from grace, and ever since then, the human race, because of that disobedience to God, human beings have been forever tainted with original sin. So because of the original sin of our original parents, Adam and Eve, all of the human race has been contaminated ever since. So and that's where you get the Catholic religion, sprinkling the babies with tap water, or excuse me, holy water, and it's to ward off and to sway away and to original sin, because the little baby is contaminated with original sin. So the witch doctor has to perform some abracadabra magic to reduce the infant's time if it dies prematurely. Let's say maybe it'll just get some time in purgatory, but it won't. But it'll escape at least the trappings of hell. But of course, as I understand, though, that purgatory, according to Christian or to Catholic doctrine, has been canceled. So that no longer exists. It's just heaven and hell, right? So that's the whole idea there. So what I'm putting to you is that that's one of the contributing reasons why people have this negative connotation, this negative view of human nature, is because of Christianity. This is even contaminated original or negative ideas of original sin and of human nature has contaminated even the secular atheist community. When I say contaminated, I mean that in terms of ideas, not metaphysically contaminated, because original sin is bullshit. It's false. It's falsehood. It's a lie. So it's even penetrated the atheist community, for God's sakes, because you even have atheists who are talking about the impossibility of a free society because of beastly human beings and human nature. Ooh, look out, human nature. And then another contributing factor, another maker and shaker of the modern mind would be Sigmund Freud, with his ideas about in psychoanalysis. You have the ego, the super ego, and the id. I don't want to get too academic here, but just to let you know that the id, the id, ID, is just like this. Once again, this little uncontrollable troll that's within us. It's a beast within us. So it's the secularization of original sin, as I characterize it. And so in the far reaches of academia, it has filtered down through the culture, and has penetrated and shaped even the modern mind on all levels of society. So even the man on the street who has no college or university training in academia and philosophy and or psychology, it can still go on about like, oh, human nature, you got to watch out for human nature, right? So these ideas have penetrated all levels of society, and so that's why I say it serves as a block for people to accept and understand and digest and look over ideas of the anarchist school of thought, because it's an unfortunate block, because before they can move on forward to taking on these ideas, they put their road barriers up and go, well, no, I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want to hear anymore. It's impossible. You don't understand human nature. You're naive, Mr. Anarchist. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a doughy-eyed, umkumbai-eyed idiot. So, and it's very unfortunate, because these ideas are false. And I'll put it to you. I'll put a counter argument to say to you that there is no such thing as original sin. There is no such thing as original virtue, for that matter. What it is with human beings is that we simply have a choice. We have free will. We have the capacity. That's it. Just the capacity to do good or to do evil. Another thing, too, I want to mention about this whole idea of human nature is that you ever notice how it just focuses on one thing, as if human beings are not multi-complex and have proven to be diverse and all over the moral map, where you do have, it completely eradicates and removes from the human template kindness, the creation of art, brilliance, and humanity, and love, and everything that's a part of the human spirit, a part of the human experience, a part of the human template. They just airbrush all that out. All that no longer exists, So you do have good, you do have evil, and you have that, not because it's innate, good or evil, it's just because people have free will. They have the capacity. That's it, just the capacity to do good or evil in every minute of your day. You have the choices before you. You have the alternatives that can come to your mind. You could either take action A, action B, C, D, or E, and they could be good, they could be bad. You have it before you. You have it before you to be a good person or to be a bad person. Now I know that I've reduced all of psychology to maybe could be charged with oversimplification. I'm just trying to keep these videos short and sweet and to the point. I'd love to elaborate even further, but I just wanted to get a dialogue started and to perhaps offer food for thought as far as that goes. So that's the thing about the state. People are quite convinced that we do treat the state as if it were some kind of like separate entity to keep human nature in check. And so that's why we must have the state in place, because once you remove the state, all of a sudden the cauldron of human nature bursts onto the scene, and it'll be absolute chaos and mayhem, murder and theft and plunder all over the goddamn place as soon as you remove the lid, which the lid representing the state. All of a sudden, the boiling cauldron is going to explode. But we just got it ass backwards, because the boiling cauldron of destruction and despair is the state. Victor Pross signing out, anarchist artist. Pop goes the culture.